So the countdown to this year's World Cup is well and truly on as 32 nations combine to create the greatest sporting spectacular on the bloody planet. But in this video, I'm going to try and answer you one simple question. Can Argentina win this year's World Cup? That's right, folks, back once again with another World Cup summary video. That's right, where we're going to try and answer one simple question. Can this nation actually go out and win the World Cup out in Qatar? We'll take a look at it, all of it, in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, bang it, all things World Cup related, Pep and Rovers related, world football itself related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. Of course, the countdown is well and truly on, with the tournament set to kick off in November 2022, of course. But what's going to happen this coming World Cup? We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. And if you are interested in helping out the channel in another way, check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Patreon, and of course there's a Discord in there. So get in amongst it and let's get chatting. Alrighty, let's take a look at these guys. And of course it is Argentina who are expected to go deep in this competition. But how deep can they go as well? Let's take a look at how they made it here to Qatar 2022. They qualify as co-MBL runners-up. And of course, as you can see, they are a second spot behind a very, very good Wazoo. They secured the deal on the 16th of November 2021, so it would have been a year, pretty much a year to the day, once the tournament kicks off, that Argentina secured the deal. This is their 18th tournament as a whole. 2018 was their last, and there have been 13 tournaments in a row, with their best, of course, winning it in 78 and 86. They are long overdue for success, especially in this eyes. And of course, they've got one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world. We'll elaborate on that in a minute. Let's focus, of course, on the group itself. They only played 17 games. They were expected to take on Brazil a second game. I think some crowd controversy or crowds, whatever, spectator mess caused a game to get postponed. And of course, they never replayed the game because both teams qualified convincingly. And regardless of the result, even if Argentina did beat Brazil, they wouldn't have changed the positioning of the table. So they never played that 18th game, but they did play each other. And of course, both sides, both nations, Brazil and Argentina, come through this without losing a game. That is monumental. That is massive. And I do believe Argentina are on the longest unbeaten streak in world football. So correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments section. But Argentina will be there or thereabouts at the end of this. And of course, they are spearheaded by, of course, a good manager, and that is, of course, Lionel Scaloni, of course, and of course the talisman Lionel Messi. He, of course, broke the hoodoo himself. They won Copa America. Of course, they are the champions of South America, beating the likes of Brazil in the final. So Lionel Messi equals that of his, of course, nearest and dearest Cristiano Ronaldo by becoming champions of the respective continent. Of course, Portugal did succeed in Euros, and now Lionel Messi has done the same with Argentina, which is a massive, massive mental hoodoo. Of course, forever Lionel Messi failed to, and Argentina failed to deliver that final punch. I think they made it 2 or 3 finals in a row in the Copa America without going the distance. Now that hoodoo is off. Of course, Champions League winners, La Liga winners, Ligue 1 winners, of course, with PSG nowadays, and now, of course, champions of South America. That mental hoodoo for not only Lionel Messi and Argentina has been lifted. Of course, now all they want to do is reclaim some glory and become kings of the world once again, which they haven't done since 1986. And of course, since that day, of course, their greatest player of their previous eras, of course, Diego Maradona, has sadly passed away. Of course, it died a couple of years ago now, and maybe there was a fantastic tribute to him over in the Copa America, but maybe can they go one step further, and of course win the title once again and become kings of the world in his honor. Of course, let's take a look at the group then. Of course, Group Z looks pretty straightforward, if I'm honest with you. For Argentina, they do have a couple of difficult opposition, Mexico and Poland, but ultimately you would imagine Argentina would have enough points to get through against them. Let's not disrespect, of course, Saudi Arabia are also there, and they qualified quite convincingly over in Asia, and we'll elaborate on that, of course, on an individual video for Saudi Arabia as well. The key match, though, for me, for Argentina is against Mexico, and that is actually their second match, of course, on the agenda. Argentina will kick us all off on the 22nd of November up against Saudi Arabia. Early kickoff for them, early kickoff for me, that's 5 AM. But I'll be there watching along, of course, seeing Argentina, if Messi can deliver the power punch to get over the line. Must win game, I'd imagine, the Saudi Arabia one. Expected to win the game as well. And again, if they win that one, they're 3 points in the bag and one step closer to getting through to the knockout stages, where, of course, anything can happen, of course, for them. But win that game, which they're expected to do, then, of course, they'll set up that American encounter, we would say, or collective American, I don't know what the phrase would be, but up against Mexico in a difficult game. You know, Mexico might not have the individual superstars that Argentina do, but they are, of course, renowned for winning over in the CONCACAF. But it'd be difficult none the same. It could go either way. And again, on a 50-50 thing, if we would play the Argentina game against Mexico 100 times, I'm sure Mexico could win about 20, 30, maybe 35 of them. So it's very much plausible that they could get a result against Argentina. Then they'll wrap it up. That'll make things difficult. It'll make things difficult for Argentina when they take on Poland in the match, the third match. So basically, that's why I'm defining that game against Mexico as the VIP #1 game that they've got to win. Of course, if they have a shitter, if they shit the bed against Saudi Arabia, then it just makes those last two games even more important. There's going to be some surprises at this World Cup. Of course, we all want all the neutrals out there, or or everybody's dream final. Of course, if excluding your own nation, would be an Argentina-Portugal final, where we do finally get to end the discussion as to who is the greatest player on the planet, and that would be a fantastic way to end this World Cup. Of course, there's a bizarro World Cup taking place in the time of the year that we never thought, but if we could get to that stage, have that final, goodness gracious me, the world would unite. It would get all eyes on. And I know all eyes goes on, gets to the World Cup final, but that would bring. It would be a monumental occasion. But can they actually do it? First and foremost, they've got to get out of this group, and I do anticipate them to get out of the group. 12-1 on, they are red hot favourites to get out of the group, and to win the pissing thing as a whole, they are 7-1 to go the distance. Linda, what you got for me?
Can they win the World Cup?
Oh, bloody right, of course they can win the World Cup. Linda, what you got for me?
Can they win the World Cup?
Of course, yes, they are in that powerful 8 nations that I feel that could go all the distance and win the pissing thing. I actually, I'm on the fence to see whether or not they will win it. So, Linda, what you got for me now?
Will they win the World Cup?
Will they win the World Cup? Now, this is the question. I don't really know. I'm on the fence. I think they can. They can definitely win it. But will they win it? Will they bloody win this World Cup? I just don't know. I think there's going to be too much to. I think the pressure's going to be getting to Argentina. Yes, of course, Messi's got rid of that hoodoo. Don't get me wrong. I think they can be in the semi-finals of this tournament and even can go to the final. Maybe they can possibly even definitely be contenders as a winner for this in Qatar 2022. But will they actually? If I had to put my money on one team out of the 32 to win it, my mortgage, my kid's got no shoes. If it doesn't come on through here, I've got to believe in a team that's going to go and do it. Do I think Argentina are going to do it? I'm going to have to say no. I think they're going to fall short, very fine margins, very paper thin. And again, who knows though? Get through to the group stage, get out of the group stage, get into the knockout stages. They could go very far. They should go very far. I anticipate them to go very far. I just think they'll get cut off, whether it is at the semi-finals or even the final itself. And we're going to be heartbroken. I think we're going to get close, very close to a Ronaldo Messi final. But unfortunately, we're going to be heartbroken none the same, and that will not happen. So for me, I'm going to say semi-finals for Argentina in this year's World Cup. So yeah, unfortunately, Messi, will that be it? Will that be it for the Lionel Messi era in regards to Argentinian football? Will he come back for the USA one in 2026? That's, of course, we'll have to wait and see. There you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. A short, sharp take on this nation's chances out in Qatar 2022. What do you expect this country will do in this year's tournament? Do you think they'll get out of the group stages, or do you think they'll go deep into the competition itself? Let me know your opinion down below. And, of course, we'll look forward to non-stop coverage right here at Blackburn Overseas. We're going to have, of course, predictions, previews, reviews, reactions, and, of course, reactions from real fans themselves, of course. So that's all to look forward to this year out in Qatar 2022. So make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, and smash the little bell, boys and girls, as we look forward to a fantastic winter, or at least late 2022 of world football. Let me know your thoughts and opinions again about this nation, and of course the tournament itself in the comment section. But until then, guys and girls, I'll see you soon for the next one.